Hashtag YouTube News Script, AI in Tech Today. Good morning, tech enthusiasts. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into some fascinating developments that show just how deeply artificial intelligence is weaving itself into our everyday lives. From the smartwatch on your wrist to the college graduate sitting across from you in the interview room, AI is changing the game in ways we're only beginning to understand. So stick around as we break down the 3 stories you need to know about. Let's start with something that could quite literally save your life. Samsung has developed technology that allows their smartwatches to predict if you're about to faint. Now, up to 40% of people experience fainting episodes at some point in their lives, so this could be genuinely life-changing. Imagine getting a warning on your wrist before you collapse, giving you time to sit down or get to safety. That's the promise here. But, and this is important, there are some significant caveats. The technology isn't perfect. It doesn't work for everyone, and there are real questions about how accurate these predictions actually are in real-world scenarios. Researchers are still working out the kinks, but the direction here is really promising. It's one of those examples where wearable technology is moving beyond counting your steps and actually becoming a health monitoring tool. So while we shouldn't expect miracles just yet, this is definitely a space worth watching closely. Now, let's talk about something that affects millions of people every single day. 3 of the biggest AI language models just went head-to-head, and one tech reviewer decided to test Claude, ChatGPT, and Gemini in the same tasks to see which one actually deserves a spot on your device. The comparison was thorough, putting these models through various challenges to see which one performed best. And here's what makes this interesting. They all have different strengths. Some excel at creative writing, others at technical tasks. The real takeaway is that there's no single perfect AI assistant anymore. It depends entirely on what you're trying to do. If you're writing code, one might pull ahead. If you're brainstorming ideas, another might shine. This kind of head-to-head comparison is exactly what consumers need to make informed choices instead of just defaulting to whatever's most popular. Finally, and this is the story that has employers and educators genuinely concerned. A whole new generation of college graduates is entering the workforce, and they're what we're calling AI native. These are students who grew up with ChatGPT and other AI tools available to them throughout their education. Some used these tools responsibly. Others, well, let's just say some may have become overly dependent on them. The concern from business leaders is stark. They're saying that massive numbers of students are emerging from university with degrees but without certain fundamental skills. We're talking about critical thinking, research, and the ability to do original work from scratch. Bosses are horrified because they're discovering that AI native graduates sometimes lack the literacy and foundational knowledge that previous generations took for granted. They can prompt an AI beautifully, but ask them to think through a problem on their own, and there's a gap. This is a wake-up call for educational institutions. It's forcing a real conversation about how we teach and whether relying too heavily on AI tools during education is actually helping or hurting the next generation of workers. So there you have it. A smartwatch that might save your life, a showdown between 3 AI giants, and a hard look at what happens when an entire generation grows up with artificial intelligence at their fingertips. These stories show us that AI isn't just some distant future technology anymore. It's here. It's in our healthcare, it's in our creative work, and it's shaping how young people learn and think. Thanks for watching. If you found these stories interesting, please like and subscribe for daily AI updates.